For your safety, please keep your eyes on the field at all times, as foul balls can and will enter the seating area. Fans who spot unruly behavior or other related incidents can report these to any employee of the university. Proper security and or emergency personnel will then be dispatched to the area in question. We thank you for your cooperation and hope you enjoy the game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Mcneil Family Stadium, home of your University of Tampa Spartans. Today, the Spartans welcome the Lenoir Rhyne University Bears. And now, here are today's lineup. Begin with the Bears of Lenoir Rhyne University, who enter today's game with a record of 2-4. Defender, a freshman from Penn, New York, number 5, Cassie Lafler. Midfielder, a sophomore from Howard de Grace, Maryland, number 6, Kaylee Harris. Midfielder, a junior from Naples, Florida, number 8, Anna Bissell. Defender, a senior from Syracuse, New York, number 9, Emily Kessler. Midfielder, a junior from White Plains, Maryland, number 10, Rachel Elmore. Attacker, a sophomore from Allentown, Pennsylvania, number 12, Kathleen Gaffney. Defender, a sophomore from Cockeysville, Maryland, number 13, Madison Perkna. Midfielder, a sophomore from Gulf Breeze, Florida, number 16, Frances Williams. Midfielder, a junior from Vero Beach, Florida, number 17, Ashley McIntyre. Midfielder, a junior from Delran, New Jersey, number 21, Gabby Sousa. And goalkeeper, a senior from Coppell, Texas, number 37, Enos Fluick. The Bears are coached by Carly Buck, assisted by Adrian Ponatek and Nora Borger. And now, here are the starters for your University of Tampa Spartans, who enter today's game with a record of 5-2. Midfielder, a junior from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, number 6, Caroline Forrester. Attacker, a senior from Medina, Ohio, number 7, Amanda Rahm. Defender, a sophomore from Kings Park, New York, number 9, Kristen Frizzle. Goalkeeper, a freshman from Evergreen, Colorado, number 10, Bridget Sutter. Attacker, a junior from Arnold, Maryland, number 13, Rachel Crawford. Defender, a junior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 15, Abby Kakanya. Midfielder, a senior from Wayne, Pennsylvania, number 16, Shannon Sweeney. Defender, a sophomore from Millstone, New Jersey, number 21, Alexis Scadillo. Midfielder, a junior from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 25, Allie Poplar. Attacker, a freshman from Parkton, Maryland, number 28, Graham Eber. Defender, a senior from Annapolis, Maryland, number 32, Emily Stevenson. And attacker, a sophomore from Berwyn, Pennsylvania, number 33, Maggie Gladden. Tampa is led by head coach Kelly Gallagher. She's assisted by Lisa Beltramello and Chelsea Treat. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon from the Mcneil Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus. The Tampa Spartans put their 5-2 record on the line today against the Lenoir Rhyne Bears. I'm Bruce Wozniak here to call the action for you as the Spartans play game number 4 in this current 7-game homestand. And the good news is that the Spartans have improved in their national ranking. Our last broadcast, they were number 23 in the country. And coming into tonight's game, they are now ranked number 18. The Spartans wearing all white today, starting off going left to right in this first half. And Lenoir Rhyne, their school colors are red and black. Their uniforms today are all black, and they will be going right to left. As you see them getting ready for the opening draw, and there it is. Play is underway on a very, very sunny Wednesday late afternoon, early evening here in West Central Florida. And the opening possession for the Bears as they go to work against freshman goalkeeper Bridget Sutter. And they have it down to her right. A pass up top, that's Frances Williams. And now she gets the pass back. And now making a move, Gabby Salsa scores! Just 40 seconds into the game, wow. The junior from Delran, New Jersey, puts the Spartans in an early hole.
Goal, Lenoir Rhyne, number 21, Gabby Salsa.
The goal is unassisted. And the visitors strike quickly as Amanda Rom set there for this draw where she will go against Rachel Elmore. Elmore leads the Bears in draw controls with 36. Amanda Rom is second on the Spartans in that category with 18. And the official not quite set yet. And now satisfied and blows the whistle. And Lenoir Rhyne looks like they're going to come away with this one as well. Whistle and play carries on as the Bears bring it down once again. The pass on the near side, dropped and picked right back up by Frances Williams. Passes in the corner, and now she gets it right back. Williams backing up as she's watched there by Abby Kakanya. And now it's on the far side of the field. It's Kaylee Harris. Harris with a spin move, works in front, and a whistle. I believe that will go against Alexis Scudillo. So an early lead for Lenoir Rhyne And a free position attempt here for them against Bridget Sutter. And on the whistle, no shot taken as Harris opts to send it in behind the net. And now a quick pass out in front, looking for room to shoot, not finding it. That was Michelle Tang. And now a pass in front does connect. And a sea of white jerseys there around Anna Bissell. And the whistle stops play. Bridget Sutter, the UT starting goaltender again this afternoon, an 8.94 goals against average. And she faces another free position attempt here. A bounce shot, got a piece of it. The rebound controlled by the Bears. And coming out of the pack with it, that's Kathleen Gaffney. And she eases it over to Williams. Frances Williams from up in the Florida Panhandle, Gulf Breeze specifically. A sophomore for Lenoir Rhyne, which is located in Hickory, North Carolina. And with the ball now for them is Rachel Elmore. And Tampa, I wanted to say, caused a turnover, and it's still loose. A bunch of them, and a Bears player goes down. Play carries on. Indeed, the Spartans get their first possession. Well, maybe not. The pass was intended for Allie Poplar and missed. And Lenoir Rhyne there to pick it up in the person of Kaylee Harris. She pushes it ahead to Cassie Lafler. And waiting down at the other end of the field, Ines Flueck, the starting goaltender for Lenoir Rhyne, who has yet to face a shot in this game. And now play restarts. Still in the Tampa end of the field. And this is Williams once again. And coming out to meet her was both Alexis Scadillo and Allie Poplar. And here's Elmore on the move. Scadillo right there. And Poplar joins as well. Carrying on is Williams. And another whistle as we are in the opening minutes of this game. Lenoir Rhyne with the game's only goal thus far. And with it behind the net is Michelle Tang. It was up top, and this is Anna Bissell, and another whistle stopping play. So another opportunity here for Bissell, one-on-one against Bridget Sutter. Breaks in and finds a sea of UT uniforms around her, and the Spartans finally able to get the ball back as they try to start out of their own end. On the far side of the field is Emily Stevenson being chased and dropped, and now picked back up quickly by Kristen Frizzol. And up ahead now, the Spartans cross midfield for the first time in this game as Abby Kakanya crosses that line and connects on a pass to Mallory Wines, and now sends it into the corner to Amanda Rahm. Back behind the net, that's Rachel Crawford. Looking forward in front was Allie Poplar, and Crawford thought otherwise, and now gives it to Graham Eber. And here's Poplar, sending it down to Maggie Gladden. As you can probably tell, that's the only part of the field that has any shadows on it, from the big tree in the end zone to the left of the scoreboard. And standing in that shadow now is Rachel Crawford, and a little flip pass for Maggie Gladden. Gladden back there bouncing out, and a pass intended in front doesn't connect for Allie Poplar, and it's picked up by the Bears. And so Lenoir Rhyne looking to start back. The Bears coming in off of a 15-8 victory over Wingate that snapped a 2-game losing streak. The game was played at Wingate, North Carolina. And a little 2-game trip down here right now to the Sunshine State, as Lenoir Rhyne will play the day after tomorrow over on the other coast in Melbourne against Florida Tech. Meanwhile, the opening 5 minutes of this game, and they have an early 1-0 lead. Looking forward in front. Nice heads-up play by Sutter, as wow, wide open was Michelle Tang, but they couldn't get it to her. Now Sutter being bothered by Gabby Sousa and finally gets it out on the far side right in front of the Tampa sideline, and sprinting up now near midfield. That was Alexis Scadillo, her pass up ahead. This is Mallory Wines. Claire Swanson. Swanson over to Rachel Crawford, looks behind the net and sends it there to Maggie Gladden. Gladden with a little bounce in her step, trying to get underneath the check of Emily Kessler, and a whistle stopping play. And a free position attempt here could conceivably be the first shot on goal against Fluick, and might have hit the side of the net. Spartans with the rebound as Allie Poplar has it up top. Quickly now to Mallory Wines, and she sends it back behind the net to Crawford. In the corner now, Swanson, and they'll quickly work the perimeter as it goes Gladden to Rom to Poplar, and now down in the corner to Mallory Wines once again. And here's Rachel Crawford in behind the Bears' net. Pass up top. Looking for some room, Maggie Gladden. Wines had a little bit of a lane, opts to pass it down low as Amanda Rom is on the run. Rom out in front, and the pass is picked up by Rachel Crawford. Spartans unable to get a quality scoring chance here thus far in this possession, save for possibly the free position attempt that they had. As Maggie Gladden cuts through and is taken down, and no whistle as play carries on. Allie Poplar for Graham Eber. Wow, surprising to not get a whistle there. Some rather physical play. So the Bears put it back in here in the near corner of the field, as we are now just about 7 minutes into this opening half. And bringing it up the near sideline, Madison Prenka. Now they'll try the other side of the field as Ashley McIntyre heads that way. And stops right at the Tampa line and sends it over for Emily Kessler. And Tampa applying pressure. There's a pass in to Rachel Elmore. She heads down towards the corner. Sends it to Gabby Sousa and gets it back. And here's Frances Williams. Williams back to her left. That's Elmore with a little bit of room. I was going to say, I thought I heard a whistle. Play continued, and now they do finally stop. So the officials have been busy thus far. A lot of whistles in the early going to this game as play now resumes. On the run, that's Elmore. Elmore lost it, and another whistle stopping play. And this will be Rachel Elmore, a junior from White Plains, Maryland. Sends a pass across, it's knocked down by Kakanya, and Emily Stevenson plays it back to her goaltender Sutter. Now on the run, it's Paige Johnson. Johnson connecting. The pass to Kakanya, who sends it into Maggie Gladden. UT looking to tie this game up. 8.5 minutes in, they trail 1-0. And that's Natalie Caraway. Caraway's pass. They work it quickly now. Maggie Gladden. And in behind the net, that's Shannon Sweeney. Quickly back up to Caraway now. all the way to the back line, a play that we've seen them execute a number of times this season. As Sweeney takes that on the far side and now sends it back to Caraway. And now this is Maggie Gladden skipping out of the corner, turns, and can't get all the way around for a shot. Leaves it for Rachel Crawford instead, who tries to split the defense. Instead, a nice little flip pass to Caroline Forrester. Forrester changes hands and backs up. Sends a pass over instead for Shannon Sweeney. Sweeney looking. Finds Carly Vaccaro, and now Caraway sends it behind the net where Rachel Crawford passed in front and doesn't connect as it was intended for Carly Vaccaro, who is breaking in. Natalie Caraway applying all kinds of pressure to the Bears goaltender, and the official there to blow the whistle. So the Bears try to start out. Some pressure there you see from Vaccaro, and up at midfield the pass doesn't connect, and the Spartans will get there first as Abby Kakanya picks it up. On the move, UT brings it across the Bears line. On the run now, that's Rachel Crawford. Pass in the middle, connects, and the shot, unable to take it, was Shannon Sweeney. Leaves it back for Poplar instead. Poplar in the corner to Carly Vaccaro. Right in behind the Bears net. They wheel it around the perimeter, and it's quickly all the way back up top as Forrester gives it to Poplar. Natalie Caraway now. She, in our last broadcast, hit the 100 career points plateau in her UT career. And Forrester thought she had a lane that she wanted to exploit. Allie Poplar taken down hard. And a whistle stops play. 10 minutes, 35 seconds into this first half. Now we'll get this opportunity here by Allie Poplar. And the official placing Maggie Gladden accordingly. And Poplar scores! That is actually the first shot on goal for UT. And Allie Poplar makes it count, giving her team their first goal of the game, and we are now tied at 1-1. 10 minutes and 38 seconds into this game. And for Allie Poplar, that is her 9th goal of the year. And one might say timely, as the Bears, with, I think it's fair to say, the better share of the momentum so far in this game, and so the Spartans able to stem the tide and get back on the board and even this up. And now on the draw, there's a loose ball and a whistle. They'll give possession to UT. Walkabout Australian Cafe and Bakery is South Tampa's newest delight. Located at 627 South Howard, Walkabout features authentic meat pies, pastries, and down-under delights. Open Tuesday through Sunday at 10 a.m. Try us mates at Walkabout Cafe and Bakery. Maggie Gladden with a pass in behind to Natalie Caraway. Caraway wants to turn and opts for a pass instead to Claire Swanson. Swanson dropped it, now gets it back, and over to Caraway once again, and back to Swanson once again. Claire Swanson, UT's leading goal scorer, with 13 coming into this game. And this is Mallory Wines over to Claire Swanson. Swanson looking, surveying that offensive zone, and this is Natalie Caraway. Caraway backing up, goes to her left to Shannon Sweeney. Sweeney, just like Caraway before her, doesn't really see any options in front of the net, and they continue it up top. And now on the run, that looks like Claire Swanson. It is, and she's chased down by two defenders. Leaves it for Mallory Wines instead. A pass inside and a shot coming, and that one will go out of play. Now UT with a good opportunity here as they're starting to get into the groove. And there's a shot, nice save, and the rebound picked up by the Bears. And try to get through two UT forecheckers. The Bears do have possession here. And sprinting is Michelle Tang, and now stops, cuts to her left, and sends a pass over to Bissell, who puts it into the corner to Sousa. Sousa being chased back there by Kristen Frizzol. And now it's up to Tang once again. Michelle Tang from Calgary, Alberta, Western Canada, playing her collegiate lacrosse in North Carolina. Finds herself all the way down in the southeast here in West Central Florida against the number 18 ranked Tampa Spartans. And another whistle. As I said, the officials have been very busy that way. And this will be Gabby Sousa. Sousa, the second leading goal scorer and tied for second in points on the Bears. And breaks in, and Sutter got a piece of that one. Play continues. Possession still with Lenoir Rhyne. Ashley McIntyre passed over to Tang. Intended for McIntyre. The Spartans break that one up, and now they'll head back the other way. On the run, Abby Kakanya. Quick pass up ahead to Maggie Gladden. Spartans with a chance here, and another whistle, as they won't get a shot off initially. And so Maggie Gladden here, one-on-one against Fluick. Breaks in, and a shot. That one goes wide, and now it's out of play. Possession will remain with UT. Quickly, they put it back in. And this is Allie Poplar, the goal scorer. And for Lenoir Rhyne, their only goal was scored by Gabby Sousa. And that one's chased into the corner by Gladden. And now a pass connects with Shannon Sweeney. Sweeney looks to her left. Allie Poplar waves her on. She gives it to Poplar anyways, and now over to Caroline Forrester. Forrester's bumped. Pass inside for Poplar. Unable to control it. Amanda Rahm picks up the rebound. Rahm, the stick up high on her. You saw her put her head down as she continued on. The referee blowing the whistle to stop play. Amanda Rahm, one of three UT players, tied for third on the team in goals with 9. And she passes behind the net. Rachel Crawford, a little flip pass was broken up by the goaltender, and so the Bears take over. And coming up the near sideline, that's Madison Percana. Percana sends it ahead to Gabby Sousa. Pass connects in the middle, but not before Abby Kakani got there defensively, and Gabby Sousa thought she was going to have a great look at the net, but the official blows the whistle to stop play. So Sousa, who I just mentioned, has Lenoir Rhyne's only goal thus far, with an opportunity here against Bridget Sutter. Cuts to the right and opts for a pass, and another whistle. And we are 5 seconds away from being exactly halfway through this first half of play. Sousa once again, and gets a shot off. Sutter made the save. Sousa was surrounded by Spartans and somehow managed to get the shot off. And Bridget Sutter there able to close the door for the home team. And now UT across midfield. It's Alexis Cadillo. And sent a pass to Kakanya, who sent it up ahead to Forrester and now pushes it into the corner to Gladden. Maggie Gladden back behind the net. Rachel Crawford. And here's Caroline Forrester now. Forrester looks to her right as Allie Poplar gives it to her, now to Amanda Rahm. In the corner to Shannon Sweeney as she sends it over to Maggie Gladden. They work it quickly now to the other side as Poplar gives it up to Forrester. Amanda Rahm, everyone is going to touch it on this possession as it's back behind the net once again. Gladden, Forrester, and now Poplar. And Coach Kelly Gallagher has to be pleased to see all the girls moving their feet on this possession. Nobody's standing still looking to make something happen. And a sea of black shirts there collapsing around the UT ball carrier and able to cause the turnover. And take this opportunity to tell you about Mr. Empanada. The beauty of the empanada is its simplicity. Take any of your favorite foods and imagine them inside a pocket of homemade dough that is cooked perfectly until it is golden brown and piping hot. Our empanadas are a culinary treat with 10 locations around the city. Enjoy old Tampa flavor at Mr. Empanadas. And we're going to get a timeout called here with 13:28 still to go in the first half. Tropical Smoothie Cafe's menu boasts bold, flavorful smoothies with a healthy appeal, all made to order from the freshest ingredients. Their toasted wraps, sandwiches, flatbreads, and bowls are made fresh with quality meats and cheeses, fresh produce, and flavorful sauces. Located downtown at 200 North Tampa, just around the corner from UT. We are in a 1-1 tie. And a timeout down on the field. As the Spartans are looking to extend their current winning streak and have won 4 in a row. It started the season with a victory against number 11 Rollins and then dropped back-to-back games and have been in the win column every time since. They will face another ranked opponent in their next game. I mentioned that they had been ranked number 23 and moved up to 18, while number 23 McHenry is going to provide the opposition the day after tomorrow. It's Friday night at 7:30. DP Dough delivers cheesy happiness on and around college campuses, including UT, for calzones, wings, and breadsticks. Order online at dpdough.com. Open late.
Doing with the sun in my face.
A very sunny afternoon
I bet.
here in West Central Florida, as we are in a broadcast doubleheader, lacrosse-wise, as the men's lacrosse team will be here on TampaSpartans.tv this evening at 8 p.m. And they will be taking on Belmont Abbey. Meanwhile, the women's lacrosse team doing battle here with the Lenoir Rhyne Bears. As you see, the timeout has ended, and the Spartans making their way back out on the field, and now the Bears breaking their huddle as well. Whether you're a competitive athlete wanting to tone up or just love flavorful, healthy food, Rebuilt Meals are built to feed your body with the proper nutrients that will fuel your active lifestyle. Enjoy fitness-inspired meal plans with Rebuilt Meals. Visit rebuiltmeals.com.
It's bad.
So possession begins with UT as Abby Kakanya brings it up the near side, ducks under a check. Kakanya Pushes it ahead to Allie, that's Graham Eber, 28, not 25. And in the corner now is Maggie Gladden. Behind the net is Rachel Crawford. Crawford to Shannon Sweeney. And to Eber once again. Graham Eber is one of those three players that I mentioned in citing Amanda Rahm before and saying a trio of Spartans that have 9 goals apiece, tied for third on the team in that category. I should say the freshman Graham Eber. And that is Isla Poplar with it now, and Poplar since passed all the way down to the back line. That's caught back there. Rachel Crawford thought she had room to move out front. Now a ground ball. And picked up by the Bears. And they start back. Cassie Lafler, chased by Amanda Rahm. Lafler, now Caroline Forrester is going to catch up to her. And a nice job by Caroline Forrester to slow down Cassie Lafler. As the pass goes to Gabby Sousa now. Sousa. Pass up top. And that's Kaylee Harris. And over now to Rachel Elmore. Back to Kaylee Harris once again. Harris being chased by Allie Poplar. And now Rachel Elmore with it. Elmore being watched by Abby Kakanya. And now in the corner, Sousa being defended by Kristen Frizzol. Sousa can't get around Frizzol and has to give up the pass instead to Harris. Harris, her pass over. Frances Williams, I was going to say, I thought I heard a whistle. That comes with 11:24 left here in the first half. And Williams, that one goes out of play in behind the net. Possession remains with Lenoir Rhyne. And 2 Spartans players on Gabby Sousa. The pass connects with Elmore. Now up top looking for room. Harris doesn't find it and has to back up. Kaylee Harris being watched very closely by Abby Kakanya. Sousa has some room and it's knocked out of her stick, but the whistle goes to stop play once again. Gabby Sousa, who has picked up her 18th goal of the season. And here she goes against Bridget Sutter. Takes the shot and scores. So the Bears get their 1-goal lead back 19 minutes and 6 seconds into this first half as Sousa picks up her 2nd goal of the game. And for the time being, ties her for the team lead in goals with 19 alongside Rachel Elmore.
Gabby Sousa.
Clean Eats, a new cafe located at 3838 Neptune Avenue and open until 7. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. Featuring healthy sandwiches, wraps, bowls, and smoothies, Clean Eats. And now we will see Allie Poplar for UT taking this draw. And unofficially, that's Anna Bissell for the Bears. Put a question mark at the end of that. And no, that was Rachel Elmore. And the Spartans, in the meantime, head down into the Bears zone. This is Lauren Mcneil. So UT playing from behind again. They had fallen behind 1-0 and then tied it up on the goal by Allie Poplar. And the Bears have just restored the 1-goal lead. That's Caroline Forrester to Mcneil. Maggie Gladden. And Mallory Wines in the corner now. Pass to Caraway. Natalie Caraway. Lauren Mcneil cut through the slot. weren't able to get it to her. Now she has it. Mcneil takes it back behind the net once again. Mcneil bounces out the other side. Mcneil trying to turn the corner, does, shoots, scores! Lauren Mcneil ties it up for UT much quicker than they had come back from the early 1-0 deficit. And we are tied at 2
number 1,
with
Lauren
9:58
Mcneil.
left here in the first half as Lauren Mcneil picks up her second goal of the season. A freshman from up in Sayville, New York. Now the Spartans looking for their first lead of the game. They have matched the Bears each time they've scored thus far. Lauren Mcneil's goal is unassisted. And it's Allie Poplar once again for UT on this draw. And once again, that was Rachel Elmore for Lenoir Rhyne. And still not in control by either team. And now coming out of the pack with it is Michelle Tang for the Bears. Tang, her pass over. And they work it. Kaylee Harris and missed. Frances Williams now picks it up. Williams up top with it. Kaylee Harris. Back to Williams again. In the corner, Sousa. And good defense there by the Spartans. And this is Williams once again, and another whistle stops play. Frances Williams changes hands, shoots, and a nice save made there. Bridget Sutter saw that one all the way, and now outlets for Abby Kakanya. Kakanya on the run. Up the near sideline just below our broadcast location, Kakanya carries on, crosses the Bears line, and sends that one to Lauren Mcneil. Mcneil, who has just scored to tie the game at 2. And the Spartans moving it up top, Maggie Gladden to Allie Poplar, and now to Lauren Mcneil again. Back on the end line, that's Carly Vaccaro. As the Spartans will work the perimeter as Natalie Caraway has it up top, moves it to Poplar, to Mcneil, looks to the back line and gives it to Shannon Sweeney down there. Maggie Gladden all the way back up top for Forrester, who sends it right back down there. Clock continuing to run, 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in this first half of play. Forrester, Shannon Sweeney. Sweeney wanting to go one-on-one, and 3 defenders on her. And they're able to cause a turnover. That's coming out of the pack with it is Cassie Laffler. And she eases it back to her goaltender. At Jersey Mike's, they offer a sub above with the nearest location at 2121 West Kennedy in Tampa. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Rachel Elmore up ahead now for the Bears, quickly being chased by Caroline Forrester, so they pass it into the corner to Sousa. And now back to Elmore once again. Up top, that's Frances Williams. And on the run, Elmore. Sutter may have gotten a piece of that one. It's in her goal crease, and now she covers it up. And Sutter outlets to the far side of the field as Emily Stevenson works it out of her own end. Up ahead, Allie Poplar among a sea of black jerseys. Poplar looking up, bumping, and carries on past Michelle Tang, but the official says, let's restart it from back here. And Poplar does. And now sends a pass over for Carly Vaccaro. UT looking for their first lead of the game, as we're down to 6:47 now in the first half. Lauren Mcneil with it to Forrester, weighing her options, gives it to Maggie Gladden, and in the corner to Caraway. Now it's down in the back line as Shannon Sweeney pops out, up top for Forrester. Forrester looks, a return pass, and Sweeney is bumped, holds onto it, and leaves it for Lauren Mcneil. Caroline Forrester once again. Shannon Sweeney up at the point, waving her teammates along, and Forrester now connects on a pass to Allie Poplar. Looking at her options, keeps it. Poplar on the move, may have gotten a stick up high. Indeed, the official there to blow the whistle. Courtyard by Marriott, simply refreshing, located at 3805 West Cypress in Tampa, an official host hotel of University of Tampa Athletics. So Allie Poplar here stops, and I don't know if she realized that Kaylee Harris was behind her, but the Spartans carry on nonetheless as Gladden whips it around the other side to Natalie Caraway as the shot clock will expire, and that's tossed out of play as the Bears will put it back in. If you're watching our broadcast from on campus, call Pizza Hut at 251-3399 to get your pizza delivered to UT today. Up ahead now, this is Elmore. Rachel Elmore runs it into the corner to Sousa. Pass in the middle, connects with Williams. And they move it quickly back in the corner once again is Sousa, heading behind the UT net. Right in front, and a nice job by Allie Poplar defensively as Rachel Elmore was wide open. And now Kristen Frizzol tries to start out of her own end. Puts it into the middle for Alexis Scadillo. And now the ball's on the ground, picked up by Lenoir Rhyne. And here come the Bears, Gabby Sousa. And a whistle stops play with 4:54 to go in the first half. And we're going to get a
timeout, Lenoir Rhyne.
Timeout called by the Bears head coach, Carly Buck. Fans, are you thirsty? Grab a Pepsi, the official Spartan soft drink. And we'll take this opportunity to remind you that at halftime of our broadcast, the audio will go silent. Do not adjust your viewing device. You will still see video on your screen. Just set a timer for 10 minutes at that point to be back in time for the call of the second half. In the meantime, let's give a big shout out to Doctors Selman and Gasser at Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team for keeping our players safe and providing athletic training services and medical care to University of Tampa student athletes. Teams in this timeout as the Bears are in possession, and we'll have a good opportunity here to go to work against Bridget Sutter. It's still a good almost 5 minutes left in this first half. Officially 4:54 to go. If you've just joined us, the teams have traded goals thus far. Bears at the game's opening goal, before it was answered by Allie Poplar of UT. Gabby Sousa with that opening goal for Lenoir Rhyne. And then Sousa scored again to make it 2-1 in favor of the visitors. But since then, freshman Lauren Mcneil has tied the game for the Spartans. And that's where we currently sit. Stay at Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts, the place to meet. Let's see what Coach Carly Buck draws up for the Bears during this timeout as they look to solve goaltender Bridget Sutter, who has made 3 saves thus far in the game. Looking across the statistics thus far, all categories, all teams pretty equal, consistent with what we have up on the scoreboard. And just about ready for play to resume now as both teams are back out. This will be Rachel Elmore that will put it back in for Lenoir Rhyne. Just waiting for the official's whistle. Although the official not yet satisfied with where everyone is. And now is, as play restarts. And Elmore splits the defenders and charges up ahead and gives it to Williams. And now gets it back. Over for Kaylee Harris. Back to Elmore again. Elmore, and a jump there by Alexis Scadillo, unable to cause the turnover as the Bears carry on. A pass in the middle. That's Jackie Rossetti. And now here's Kaylee Harris. Francis Williams changes hands, being watched there by two players. Left alone in front, Sousa, and a jump ball knocked down and controlled by Lenoir Rhyne. Back to Williams again. Williams, a pass over on the far side. Now leaves it back for Kaylee Harris. Harris sends that one over to Michelle Tang. Picks it up. Sends it for Elmore. Back to Tang once again. Tang looking as Kaylee Harris gives it to her. Harris tried to cut in three Spartans defenders there. Now it's on the ground. And no one has picked it up yet. And finally the Spartans come out of the pack with it. Claire Swanson on the run. Swanson crossing midfield. Swanson across the Bears line. Swanson takes it all the way, sends it into the corner to Mcneil. And out in front, Amanda Rahm was wide open and upset that they weren't able to get it to her as she had a great look at the net. But the possession continues as Mallory Wines gives it to Rahm. Now back behind the net to Mcneil, and they pop it on the other side. Maggie Gladden up top to Poplar. Over to Swanson. And now Rahm and Gladden back there behind the net. And now taking it back behind the net is Lauren Mcneil. Mcneil, no one in front, and holds on, tries the other side. Mcneil now a pass in front for Claire Swanson. She picks it up, but unable to get a shot off. Swanson goes back to the net, scores! Claire Swanson with some hard work, giving the Spartans their first lead of the game. It's 3-2 with 2:40 to go here in the first half.
Unassisted goal to Tampa, number 12, Claire Swanson.
It's her team-leading 14th goal of the season, and that is unassisted. Remember, it's Claire Swanson who led the charge in transition out of the Tampa end to start that possession in the first place. So in the long run, she is rewarded as she gets the goal. 3 different goal scorers thus far for UT. And now at midfield, there's the referee's whistle, and it's pulled down by Amanda Rahm. And Rahm sends it over for Poplar. Allie Poplar pushes it up ahead for Lauren Mcneil. Mcneil on the run. Now calling forward in front was Graham Eber. They're unable to get it to her. And it's left up top for Amanda Rahm. Over to Forrester. And there's Eber. Down into the corner, Allie Poplar. Right below the scoreboard, and they push it out on the other side. Maggie Gladden up top for Mcneil. To Forrester. To Poplar once again. And with 2 minutes left, the Spartans in behind the Bears net. Graham Eber. And now connecting. Mcneil on the run. Mcneil stops, backs up. Mcneil will pass over to first Shannon Sweeney. Sweeney changed his hands. The defender stayed with her, so she sends it in behind the net instead to Amanda Rahm. Rahm, a pass in front. Doesn't connect, but Eber is there to pick it up for the Spartans. And now Forrester tried to turn towards the net, but was met by a defender, so they carry on with a pass to the point. As Lauren Mcneil with a nice spin move. Mcneil can't get the shot off. Still in control, though. Mcneil up top to Poplar. Forrester with it now. Time winding down on the shot clock and the game clock, both. Amanda Rahm and the Spartans. Will they get a shot? They do. They score! Caroline Forrester. just as the shot clock was expiring, and comes with just 65 seconds left here in the first half. So the Spartans now with a 2-goal lead. It's 4-2.
Tampa, number 6, Caroline Forrester. The assist to number 7, Amanda Rahm.
The assist to Amanda Rahm as Caroline Forrester gets her 9th goal of the season. So UT was down 1-0, tied at 1-1. They were down 2-1, tied at 2-2. And now they find themselves up 4-2. So 3 straight goals. As the Spartans starting to show flashes of what has given them this current 4-game winning streak. And thus, as I mentioned, propelled them to a number 18 national ranking. The official chariot of the Spartans is Mart's First Class Coach. If you need to charter a bus, go online to www.martsfirstclass.com. That's Mart's with a Z.
1 minute on the
We have
clock.
just 1 minute left now, and the Bears coming down. Would love to get a late one here to bring things back within 1, as it's picked up on the far side by Ashley McIntyre. Tang sends it, and there's a drop pass, and the Spartans come out of the pack as Abby Kakanya needs a little help. Plays it back to her goaltender, Sutter. And there's a whistle against the Bears. And now the Spartans on the restart. Emily Stevenson pushing it up ahead for Shannon Sweeney, who fires a pass across the Bears line to Forrester, who just scored. A pass in front intended for Lauren Mcneil. Now she picks it up. Mcneil turns, looks at the net, gets a shot off, hit the crossbar. And the rebound. And now it's picked up by UT. 9 seconds left. Will they get a final shot off? It's in front. Forrester, and that one goes out of play in behind the Bears' net. And they put it back in play. And now the horn goes to end the first half of play. So UT rallies from down 2-1 with 3 straight goals. And they go into the halftime break with a 4-2 lead. Do set a timer for 10 minutes and be back for the call of the second half here on TampaSpartans.tv.
We're really excited for the 2018 season. To start, we have a lot of really great returners. We have 4 amazing seniors in Amanda Rahm, Natalie Caraway, both on the attacking end, Shannon Sweeney in the midfield, and Emily Stevenson on the defensive end. All 4 of them have been amazing leaders and grown tremendously with our program over the last 4 years. We're really excited for the 4 of them to return for their final season. We also have a few other underclassmen who are returning that we're looking to. Alexis Scadillo on the defensive end, Claire Swanson in the midfield, and also Rachel Crawford on the attacking end as well. As far as newcomers go, we were fortunate to bring in a really great class of freshmen. They are an incredibly great group of young women who have pushed everybody, in practice every day, and we're excited to see which of them really, falls to the top of the group to make an impact this season. Yeah, as always, I think we have one of the best schedules in the country. We're going to play several top 25 opponents, on top of our wonderful conference schedule. We, will also, Limestone is traveling to us. We will play Queens and Belmont Abbey. New York Tech is coming down over their spring break. And, we're just really excited about the opportunity to compete, in the really super competitive South region of the NCAA. Yeah, last season was a little bit of a tale of, not starting strong and, kind of trying to finish it right there at the end. And so our goals for the season really are to, start strong, stay strong, and finish strong. And I think we have the talent and the ability to do those things this year.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Victoria and I'm a junior studying communications. Today we're going to be visiting some of my favorite off-campus spots that make the Tampa Bay area special. A short walk across the bridge from campus, you'll find Curtis Hickson Park. Located in downtown Tampa, it serves as a popular spot for concerts and festivals. Next door is the Tampa Museum of Art and Glazer Children's Museum. In addition, check out Tampa's Riverwalk, a downtown biking and walking trail that links 5 museums and 7 parks. Just a couple of blocks away is the historic Tampa Theater, a restored movie theater from the 1920s. Tampa's downtown business district, with 18 skyscrapers, is a great place for internships. From here, catch a trolley over to Ybor City, Tampa's historic cigar-making district. Along with lots of restaurants and music venues, Ybor offers a movie theater, museums, shops, and an active nightlife scene. In the mood for some shopping? Take a stroll through Hyde Park Village, an outdoor shopping district with high-end shops and restaurants. For a more traditional experience, International Plaza and West Shore Plaza are both within 4 miles of campus. All shopped out? Nearby you'll find beautiful Bayshore Boulevard, home to the world's longest continuous sidewalk. This 4.5-mile path is ideal for walking, running, or biking. And keep an eye out for dolphins and stingrays in the bay. Any hockey fans out there? The Amalie Arena is home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. In addition, the arena hosts over 150 concerts and events each year. If football's more your speed, come see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Raymond James Stadium. Just across the street is the spring training facility for the New York Yankees. Catch a game when they're in town. You can get close up to nature at Tampa's Lowry Park Zoo. Enjoy the tropical setting while viewing more than 1,200 animals ranging from tigers to chimpanzees and to manatees. Be sure to also check out the Florida Aquarium, an award-winning facility with 20,000 fish and aquatic animals from ecosystems around the world. If you're a thrill seeker, then Busch Gardens has you covered. This popular amusement park features 5 top-rated roller coasters and animal exhibits.
We've saved the best for last. The Tampa Bay area has some of the most beautiful white sand beaches in the world. Clearwater Beach provides the perfect spot to swim, relax, and hang out with friends.
Here we are, back at the absolute best spot in town, UT's campus. I hope you enjoyed getting a taste of what makes this area so exciting, and that you'll soon join us here in the beautiful Tampa Bay area.
Tied for the team lead on Lenoir Rhyne in that department. And the Spartans, contributions from 4 different players. Their goals have come from Caroline Forrester, Allie Poplar, Lauren Mcneil, and Claire Swanson. Should also note that Amanda Rom has picked up a point in this game as she has 1 assist. The teams, of course, have changed ends, as UT will now be going right to left. And so the difference being for the shooters on Lenoir Rhyne and for goaltender Bridget Sutter in terms of, as I said, in the first half, the end of the field where Bridget Sutter is now in goal, the only place where there is any shade. Is that, I said that big tree down there, there's actually 2, almost 3 big trees down there giving all kinds of shadow. And you can even say the scoreboard itself down at that end of the field, as the Bears do have the second half's opening possession. And if you've just joined our broadcast, the Spartans are ranked 18th nationally. And there's a shot, they score. Well, the Bears had scored early in the first half, and now they tally very quickly here to start the second half. 33 seconds in.
Goal to Lenoir Rhyne's number 10, Rachel Elmore.
To 4-3, as Rachel Elmore gets the goal, and so Elmore reassumes the team lead in goals as she picks up her 20th of the season, and now Debbie Sousa, 1 behind her at 19. Anyhow, on the reset, the Spartans ranked nationally number 18. They are 5-2, and they come into this game on a 4-game winning streak. Lenoir Rhyne, they come into this game with a 2-4 one-loss record. They had dropped back-to-back games before getting back into the win column this past Saturday afternoon. A 15-8 victory up in Wingate, North Carolina. And they're on the road playing down here in the Sunshine State this game, and then another one the day after tomorrow at 5:30 over on the other coast in Melbourne, taking on Florida Tech. As UT with the ball back now, as they have watched their 4-2 halftime lead quickly get trimmed to 1 on an early goal scored by Rachel Elmore. And that's Graham Eber pushing it into the corner. Behind the net now, Lauren Mcneil to Amanda Rom. Up top with it, Caroline Forrester to Poplar. And now Poplar gets it back from Sweeney. And Poplar to her left. Pass over for Caroline Forrester. Forrester puts her shoulder down, heads down the slot, and is surrounded by black shirts, and the official blows the whistle to stop play. And so Caroline Forrester will get an opportunity now. Forrester waiting for the official's whistle. There it is. And scores! Caroline Forrester, just like that, the Spartans go back into a 2-goal lead.
Number 6, Caroline Forrester.
Forrester picks up her second goal of the game. And so 5-3, the Spartans at the 141 mark of the second half. This is the third meeting all time between these two teams, and the Bears have won each of the previous 2 games. So they are facing a very different Spartans team this time around. UT, this is the first time that they've ever been ranked nationally in the program's history. As I mentioned, in the first half, they had been ranked 23rd, moved up to 18th. And wow, the 4-game winning streak that the Spartans are currently on grew to 4 with a 22-4 victory here this past Saturday. So this is a Spartans team that has a lot of offense. In the game before that, they scored 13 goals. The game before that, they scored 18, and the one before that, 14. So 67 goals scored by UT on this current 4-game winning streak. And they've allowed just 31 over that same period of time. In the meantime, this is Kaylee Harris with it for the Bears. And Gabby Sousa tried to move it into the corner, and they turn it over as Caroline Forrester leaves it for her goaltender, Bridget Sutter, who outlets here to the near side to Emily Stevenson. The Barnes & Noble campus store has everything UT in one place, located in the Vaughn Center, first floor, open Monday through Saturday, or shop online at www.utampa.bncollege.com. As Spartans on the run, send it down into the far corner now, pass in front, Lauren Mcneil scores! Up over the right shoulder of Fluick, the senior goaltender from Coppell, Texas. Not able to
Number
solve.
1, Lauren Mcneil, the assist to number 13, Rachel Crawford.
Lauren Mcneil, who gets her second goal of the game and third of the season in this, her first go-round as a Spartan. And the assist goes to Rachel Crawford. And UT has their biggest lead of the game. And 3 goals. 2 minutes 55 seconds into the second half. Walters Press Box is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game and party. The Press Box, 222 South Dale Mabry. And now in the draw, picked up, well, it looked like Claire Swanson had the handle, and it's still loose, and now picked up by Alexis Scadillo. So the Spartans will have possession as Emily Stevenson starts out, being watched closely there by Kathleen Gaffney. And now they get it across midfield and over the Bears line. Sweeney on the run, a pass in front, and they send it into the corner to Lauren Mcneil. Mcneil up top to Graham Eber. Over to Claire Swanson. And now Rom over on the far side. They push it in behind the Bears net. Lauren Mcneil back there. Sweeney on the near side. Eber up top. Amanda Rom look down low and tosses it instead to Mallory Wines. And now this is Eber with it. And mishandled there as Sweeney picks it back up. And now Mallory Wines gives it back to Sweeney. Shannon Sweeney turning, and another black shirt slides into place. And the official makes the call. So Shannon Sweeney now one-on-one against Fluick. And there's the whistle. Sweeney breaks in and hit the goalpost. On the rebound, they push it in, but the official right there on the goal line waves it off. And so the Bears get a break there as they try to start out on the far side of the field with a pass up ahead that connects. And now crossing midfield, that's Burkana, pair of 13s, and she pushes it into the corner. It's Gabby Sousa. Sousa being walked by Kristen Frizol, sends it back up top for Rachel Elmore. And it's on the ground. And a bunch of them battle for it, and the Spartans come out of the pack with it. It was Kristen Frizol. And this is Emily Stevenson as she connects with a pass to Abby Kakanya. Kakanya ducks under a Bears player and sends it up ahead to midfield. Claire Swanson on the run. Swanson a pass as the Spartans come down the far side of the field. And now moving in, that's Rachel Crawford. Crawford with some room to work. And now stops and gives it to Rom. Amanda Rom sends it to the back line, and they'll move it out on the near side. Lauren Mcneil. Up top to Eber. To Claire Swanson. And they push it in behind the net. Lauren Mcneil. And Graham Eber with it now on the near side. Up top, that's Mallory Wines. On the run now, Shannon Sweeney. That's Claire Swanson. And they push it in behind the net. Amanda Rom starting to dart out, but a defender slid over. And it's Mallory Wines with it. To Eber. Eber back to Wines, doesn't connect. And the Bears able to pick that one up as Emily Kessler, watch out, played it back to her goaltender. Rachel Crawford gives chase. And Fluick now with the pass over to the far side of the field. And we saw this in some of UT's games earlier this year. They seemed to get away from it the last game or so. Good pressure applied, making it difficult for the opposition to get out of their own end. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty here against Amanda Rom as she heads over to the penalty area on the far side of the field. You saw the official pull out the yellow card. And so Amanda Rom, 6 minutes and 16 seconds into the second half, puts her team shorthanded for 2 minutes. And Cassie Laffler putting it in play for Lenoir Rhyne, being watched by Rachel Crawford. Laffler stick handles ahead. Gives it to Bissell. This is Kaylee Harris. Kaylee Harris being chased by both Paige Johnson and Alexis Cadillo, and leaves it for Frances Williams. Now back to Harris again. Harris, a pass into the corner. That's Sousa. And behind the UT net, Kathleen Gaffney with it back there. Gaffney tries to get away from Emily Stevenson. And now a pass connects. Nothing there as two defenders on Frances Williams, and the Spartans able to cause a turnover. The referee blows the whistle. That's against Lenoir Rhyne. And this coming with still 69 seconds remaining on the Amanda Rom penalty. Emily Stevenson out of her own end now. Stevenson can't get around Kathleen Gaffney. Passes instead to Claire Swanson. On the far side of the field now, Forrester. Forrester breaking in with a good head of steam. Forrester, and not going to be able to shoot. Leaves a pass. Swanson wanted to pull the trigger, didn't. Sends a pass over, and they push it in behind the Bears' net. Natalie Caraway pops out the other side. Forrester looks to her right, gets it back. Forrester, who has 2 goals in this game, changes hands and now sends that one to Shannon Sweeney. Sweeney can't get around Ashley McIntyre. Back to Forrester again. Forrester looking for some room, finds it, breaks in. Forrester, and that one goes wide and out of play. As Caroline Forrester adjusting her protective headwear. And Caroline Forrester she'll get a free position attempt here, as there's still 14 seconds left in the Amanda Rom penalty, and it's going to be negated because a 2-minute call going against Emily Kessler of the Bears. And as Caroline Forrester saw her adjust the protective eyewear as well as her own headband. And the officials placing Caroline Forrester and this coming 8 minutes and 3 seconds into the second half. Forrester breaking in 3 defenders on her, and she pulls it back out as Shannon Sweeney has it. Sweeney to Allie Poplar. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and the Rom penalty expires. So an advantage now for UT as there's still 1 minute and 40 to go in the 2-minute call against Emily Kessler. Forrester breaking in, shoots, scores! Caroline Forrester with the hat trick. At the 8:29 mark, the Spartans into a 4-goal lead now. It's 7-3. So the penalty against Emily Kessler comes back to haunt the Bears.
Goal Tampa, number 6, Caroline Forrester.
As Forrester puts that one in behind Fluick. And she had been working awfully hard in that possession, Caroline Forrester. And she is now up to 11 goals on the season. Right in the heart of downtown, just a few blocks from campus, come stay in luxury at the Embassy Suites downtown, 513 South Florida Avenue in Tampa. And we're going to see Alexis Scadillo out there for this draw for UT. She came into the game third on the team in that category with 13. And not counting that one there, draw controls had been 6-5 in favor of the Bears. As Lenoir Rhyne has the ball now, they move it down to the back line as Emily Stevenson gives chase in behind the Spartans net. Bears whipping around the far side. And that's Jackie Rossetti. Rossetti being watched closely by Scadillo. Elmore. And here's Rossetti again. Rossetti, 2 defenders on her. And Rossetti has to come all the way back up top. And now sends a pass in that connects, and a shot coming. Sutter may have gotten a piece of that one. It goes out of play just below the scoreboard. Possession remains with the Bears. It's Michelle Tang putting it back in play. Tang being watched by Stevenson. And Stevenson with the turnover. A good heads-up play by Emily Stevenson. Taking that pass out of midair that Michelle Tang was trying to send across. And now another stick. Looks like it came up there on Kristen Frizzol. And so the call against the Bears as the Spartans started out of their own end. Here's Scadillo. Scadillo crosses midfield. Scadillo splits two defenders. And look at her sprint down the near side. And sends a pass into the corner to Natalie Caraway. Caraway, a pass over to the other side. That's Rachel Crawford. Crawford turns, the defender fell down. Crawford shoots, and Fluick made the save. The rebound, it's loose. A bunch of them battle for it, and the Bears initially came away with it, and now a good heads-up play by UT. And a push called back there. And possession will remain with the Spartans after some good hard work. And this is Lauren Mcneil with it now. Mcneil back into the corner. Maggie Gladden. And the Spartans, as you see, they look out from behind that net and have the sun blasting them in the eye. 63 degrees the temperature. And a ball loose and picked up by the Bears. And trying to start out is Emily Kessler. Kessler being chased there. And two UT players on her. Shannon Sweeney and Natalie Caraway both. And another yellow card comes out, and this one's going to be against Natalie Caraway. And comes 11 minutes, 5 seconds into this second half. And not what Coach Kelly Gallagher wants to see, as her team is in a 4-goal lead. And this could be a swing. You'd love to go up by 5 instead of have your lead cut to 3. Well, let's see what Lenoir Rhyne does with this opportunity here. The Spartans being short one player on the call against Caraway. Rossetti playing catch there with Rachel Elmore, who now sends it over to the other side. And it's on the ground, picked up. And Gabby Sousa couldn't get a shot off. And the corner sends a pass behind the net. And look at a bounce out in front. Here comes a shot. Sutter makes the save, chases it down, and behind her own net. And the Spartans able to hold off the Bears on that trip down the field as they're still shorthanded for another 1 minute. There's Emily Stevenson with it. Stevenson has Scadillo to her left, pushes it up ahead in the middle, intended for Poplar, and picked up instead by Caroline Forrester, who crosses the Bears line. Forrester on the run. A good burst of speed. She goes down, and the official better to blow the whistle. And Forrester picking herself up off the ground for at least the second time in this game, for sure the second time in the last few minutes. So Caroline Forrester, who has a hat trick here, another opportunity, although this one she does shoot and she does score. Forrester, wow, her 4th goal of the game, and credit her for her speed on that one. I was anticipating her to back out and simply pass the ball around as
Goal Tampa, number 6, Caroline Forrester.
To kill off the penalty against Natalie Caraway, which, by the way, still has 40 seconds remaining on it. So I had said that it could have been a big swing. And indeed, the Spartans do get a 5-goal lead instead of only 3. Not the way that the Bears wanted to see things go on this power play, as they give up a shorthanded goal to Caroline Forrester. 12 minutes, 26 seconds into the second half. Our score now 8-3. And it Looks like a timeout is
Timeout,
going to be
Lenoir
called
Rhyne.
by head coach Carly Buck on the Lenoir Rhyne sideline. Your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer is Mastro Subaru, located at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue. At Mastro Subaru, their slogan is "Our reputation rides with you." And how about Caroline Forrester with 4 goals? She has half of her team's goals, and she's now at 12 on the season. She entered this game not even showing up in the top 5 goal scorers for UT, based on having trailed Claire Swanson with 13, Maggie Glenn with 10, and then the trio of players with 9 each. And all of a sudden, she surges to being second on the team in goals with 12. Claire Swanson does have one of her own to increase her team leading total to 14. As the teams talk things over on the sidelines, with the Bears still having the advantage for 40 more seconds due to the Natalie Caraway 2-minute call. At Firehouse Subs, their subs are made the firefighter way, served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard, Firehouse, founded by firemen. And if you are interested, I did mention back in the first half that this broadcast is actually the first of 2 lacrosse games that we will have on TampaSpartans.tv this evening, as the men's lacrosse team will take the field at 8 p.m. for a game against Belmont Abbey. In the meantime, the women going for their 5th consecutive victory. Godfrey Hotel, formerly Bay Harbor, is located at 7700 West Courtney Campbell Causeway in Tampa and offers a special rate to all UT supporters and guests. The Godfrey Hotel and Cabanas on Courtney Campbell Causeway. Now the timeout has expired. Teams back out on the field, and Allie Poplar out there for this draw for the Spartans. Although draw control is 7-5 in favor of the Bears thus far. And there's one that pops out and is chased down and picked up for the Bears, controlled by Frances Williams, and she's on the run being chased by Alexis Cadillo. And now this is Kaylee Harris. Pass over to Rachel Elmore. To Williams in the corner. Tang in front, wide open. And oh, what a save by Sutter. A great look at the net by Jackie Rossetti. And Bridget Sutter makes a stop, although the Bears get the rebound and their possession continues as Elmore. Big chase there. Nice defense by Paige Johnson. And being double teamed on the run, Elmore. And now there's a whistle. And credit the Spartans for making life difficult on Rachel Elmore on that possession. And now they carry on. And it's on the ground, and a whistle goes. And that'll go against the Bears. So possession over to UT. And Allie Poplar will put it in play on the official's whistle, and there it is. She does. Poplar sends it to her right. And UT crossing midfield in the person of Abby Cacagna right in front of her own sideline. Now it's sent in behind the net. Waiting back there was Lauren Mcneil. Mcneil being bumped. Pass in front, doesn't connect. Claire Swanson would have had a great look at the net. And the ground ball picked up. UT scores! Amanda Rahm with a heads-up play. And the Spartans, a big 6-goal lead now as Amanda Rom gets her 10th goal of the season.
Tampa, number 7, Amanda Rom.
And starting to see that balanced scoring that has made head coach Kelly Gallagher very happy this season. Amanda Rom at the 13:45 mark. She does already have an assist in this game as well. Give it up to the Spartan team of physicians of Florida Orthopedic Institute, Florida's largest orthopedic group, and to Doctors Selman and Gasser and their sports medicine team for keeping our players active and safe on and off the field with their ortho-urgent care just minutes away in South Tampa. And on the draw, it looked like it was going to be pulled down by Rachel Elmore, and now Poplar goes down where UT picks herself back up. The Bears on the move. Getting down into the UT end of the field, there's a pass misses and is picked up by Michelle Tang, and another whistle stopping play. We may get a call here against UT. As heading over into the penalty area is Abby Kakanya, and indeed she sits down on the sideline. And waiting for the official call on that one, although it is of the 2-minute variety. So as Abby Kakanya sits down, and Spartans go shorthanded again, keep in mind they have scored a shorthanded goal in this game. There's one that's knocked down, and the official signaling over to the scores table. And now play resumes. Elmore. Pass to Kaylee Harris. This is Kathleen Gaffney. And it goes out of play. Possession will remain with Lenoir Rhyne, says the official who's there on the spot to make the call. And now out in front, Sousa. That one goes out of play just below the scoreboard. Possession still with the Bears. Gaffney putting it back in. Pass right in behind the UT net. On the run, Sousa can't get past Kristen Frizzol, so has to give it up for Rossetti. Now here's Kaylee Harris. Harris, her pass connects. Breaking in, Sousa skips past a UT defender, and the officials whistle stopping play. As we have just crossed the halfway point of the second half. 14:53 to go. UT in a 6-goal lead. At one point they trailed 2-1, meaning that they have outscored the Bears 8-1 ever since. And now in the restart, a shot coming, and Sutter got a piece of that one. It rolls out in behind the net, and possession to the Spartans as there's still 53 seconds left on the Abby Kakanya penalty. So credit the Spartans for not being fazed by falling in those early 1-goal holes, 1-0 and 2-1. As I've mentioned, they have been on track offensively ever since as Scadillo runs it down into the Bears' end of the field. Lauren Mcneil with it now. Keep in mind, UT shorthanded, still 28 seconds left in the Kakanya penalty. And the Spartans playing anything like shorthanded, anything but as though they are shorthanded, as another whistle as Megan Sengelman was trying to break in on goal, and now Sengelman will get a free position attempt. And there's the whistle. Sengelman scores! Bounces at 5-hole on Fluick. And a football sounding 10-3 Tampa lead. This is not a Buccaneers game, but if you're rooting for the home team,
27, Megan Sengelman.
Reason to celebrate here inside the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex as UT goes into a 7-goal lead with another shorthanded goal as Megan Sengelman picks up her first goal of the season. Coming with 14:08 still to play. So Sengelman, the junior from Upper Arlington, Ohio, as we add another name to the goal column here in this big offensive outburst by the Spartans, who quote-unquote only had 4 goals in the first half. They go from scoring 4 goals in 30 minutes to 6 goals in, let's call it, 16 minutes. So tough sledding for the Bears on a couple of power plays where they not only don't score but end up getting scored upon. And they have the ball now as Rachel Elmore, checked by Abby Kakanya, pass in the middle, connects, and shot not taken by Gabby Sousa, but she carries on. Sousa, pass in front, shot, scores! Rachel Elmore on a nice passing play. And the Bears, for the time being,
Goal, Lenoir Rhyne, number 10, Rachel Elmore. The assist to number 21, Gabby
scores
Sousa.
her second goal of the game. Elmore, the assist goes to Sousa. Those two have combined for all the offense for Lenoir Rhyne thus far in the game. Sousa and Elmore with 2 goals each, and now Sousa with the assist. So our score goes to 10-4. University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics is Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website and check dining services for their variety and hours. And this time it's Amanda Rom for the Spartans out to take this draw. And for Lenoir Rhyne, that was Rachel Elmore. And possession does go to the Bears. And that is Elmore. The pass up ahead to Kaylee Harris. And I'm sure that Coach Kelly Gallagher on the UT sideline telling her players, let's not let them back in this game. For all intents and purposes, there is still plenty of time remaining, just under 13 minutes. And there's a pass dropped by Sousa, now picks it back up. Sousa loses it again, and the official blows the whistle to stop play. And Sousa will put this in on the official's whistle. Some discussion there as they want to place Kristen Frizzol accordingly, and they do. And the official setting one more Lenoir Rhyne player, and now the whistle, and Sousa breaks in, scores! Gabby Sousa, as I mentioned, she and Rachel Elmore doing all the damage offensively for the visitors here. And Sousa gets her 3rd goal of the game.
Goal, Lenoir Rhyne, number 21, Gabby
Cuts
Sousa.
the Tampa lead in half to 10-5. So the free position attempt is successful for the Bears. So they only had 2 goals in the entire 30 minutes that were the first half. And now they have 3 in, let's call it, 17 and a half minutes. Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa is Tampa's only all-waterfront, all-suite resort, located on beautiful Rocky Point Island, just minutes from UT. And Rom going Rachel Elmore bringing it in against her. And now it's over to Kaylee Harris picking it up. And the Spartans need a stop here defensively, as the door is open here for the Bears, who have crept back in with a couple of goals after the Spartans had taken a 10-3 lead. There's a pass in front. Sousa couldn't find the handle, but it's picked up by Harris. And now that's Francis Williams with it into the corner. Anna Bissell passed right across the zone, and able to get it was Kaylee Harris, but now an errant pass and picked up by UT as Kristen Frizzol starts down the far side. And she crosses midfield, still with it, across the Bears line. And is being chased down, carries on nonetheless, and passes to Natalie Caraway in behind the net. Caraway, as Sengelman wanted it in front, and they opt upstairs to Rom instead. Now in the corner, they send it back behind the net, and Lauren Mcneil collided with the goaltender Fluick, and it's still a UT ball, and they put it quickly back in as Mcneil sends it to Caraway. Caroline Forrester, and now that's Megan Sengelman. Sengelman has one of the 10 UT goals. Forrester over to Caraway now. And dropped, and the Bears come away with it. And good hustle by Lauren Mcneil coming up defensively. And the Bears able to hang it on, although it's sent back to Emily Kessler as they need to try the other side. Not able to get it out of their own end yet. And there's a long pass up ahead. Mcneil, a good heads-up play for the Spartans. And now it's pulled down by Claire Swanson. A nice play by Lauren Mcneil there. And she's going to head off the field and calls for a substitution. Now stops as they keep her out there. And now she will go off after all. Nope, simply throws her headband to the sideline. In the meantime, play continuing in the Bears' end of the field as they started up as a pass connects with Emily Kessler. Now the Bears across the UT line. And shadows covering almost the entire half of the field now at the end where the Bears are shooting. As looking to break in was Elmore, didn't have the opportunity, so she sends it in behind the net to Bissell. And a whistle there. And that's against the Spartans. Possession remains with Lenoir Rhyne. Francis Williams puts it in play. Williams with two Spartans defenders on her, shakes them both, and another whistle goes. 9:26 remaining here in the second half. And the official's whistle as play resumes. And there's Williams. Pass now in front. Sousa scores again. Gabby Sousa, they need to shut her down, do the Spartans. She gets her fourth goal of the game, matching Tampa's leading goal scorer, Caroline Forster, who has 4 of her own in this contest. Score now 10-6.
Number 21, Gabby Sousa.
Very recently, Tampa was leading 10-3 at one point. And for the Bears, this has been the Gabby Sousa, Rachel Elmore show, as the two of them have combined for all 6 of the Lenoir Rhyne goals.
The assist on that last goal was number 16,
players will be back out on the field following that timeout by Tampa coach Kelly Gallagher. And now we will see Amanda Rom on this draw for the home team. And let's see. These possessions will become that much more important. And that one is controlled by the Bears. Well, now it's on the field. And so Lenoir Rhyne has scored 3 straight goals. Looking for another here. And turning the corner, they send the pass down in behind the net. And wow, another goal, and it's Gabby Sousa once again, as she is on fire this afternoon, almost single-handedly bringing her team back into this game.
Number 21, Gabby Sousa.
And I'm sure that had to be part of what Coach Gallagher probably just talked to her troops about during that timeout is let's shut down 21. And yet Gabby Sousa goes in and puts another one in behind Bridget Sutter. So another important draw now, as what was a 7-goal lead is now, quote-unquote, just a 3-goal lead. So equally important, not only possessions, but keeping the ball out of the stick of Gabby Sousa. And Amanda Rom knocks that one down. Chased down by UT and picked up by Caroline Forrester, who has 4 goals herself. Forrester breaking in, draws 3 defenders to her. And a loose ball now that will be picked up by Lauren Mcneil to Natalie Caraway. Over on the far side, now they move it back up top to Maggie Gladden. Forrester, weighing her options, gives it to Poplar. Pushes it down into the corner. Caraway sends it in behind the net to Rachel Crawford. Still lots of time left in this game. 8:08 here in the second half. Forrester over to Poplar. UT needs to get their offense back on track here. Poplar looking for some room to work. Doesn't have it. Passes over to Forrester. A little bit of a lane for her. Doesn't take it. Forrester now goes the other way. And a pass to the far side to Gladden. And whips it right back to Forrester. Poplar up top now. Shannon Sweeney. Sweeney spins around a defender and then backed up. Leaves a pass for Forrester, who turns the corner, scores! Caroline Forrester keeping pace with Gabby Sousa, gets her 5th goal of the game and stops the run of 4 straight Bears goals.
Unassisted goals in Tampa's number 6, Caroline Forrester.
It's 7:33 to go in the second half. The Tampa lead to 4 now at 11-7. It's Caroline Forrester up to 13 goals on the season now. And a shot in the arm for a UT. Needed one from anybody. For generations, Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Visit the nearest Krispy Kreme on West Kennedy. Krispy Kreme, serving hot donuts now. Amanda Rom and Rachel Elmore once again, and this one will be controlled by the Spartans. And that is Rom with a long pass to the far side of the field to Crawford. Crawford across the line. Crawford on the move, sending it down into the corner. And behind the net, Natalie Caraway tried to bounce out in front and has to back up a few steps. And now a pass up top Shannon Sweeney over to Lauren Mcneil on the far side of the field. Mcneil into the corner, and missing the pass was Rachel Crawford, and it goes out of play. And so a turnover as Lenoir Rhyne will look to start out of their own end. Ashley McIntyre bringing it up the near side. Her pass connects up ahead with Lafler. The Bears trying to stay in this one, trailing by 4 with 6:35 left here in the second half. And they get it now to Rachel Elmore. Elmore looking at her options. And here's a pass in the near corner, Kathleen Gaffney. Gaffney started to move and opts to send the pass up top instead. And this is Frances Williams. A pass right down low, shot, and Sutter may have gotten a piece of that one as it goes out of play right below the scoreboard. 6 minutes left now. It's Kathleen Gaffney back there being watched by Emily Stevenson. Frances Williams, as the Bears start to work it around. Williams with it again, and being watched very closely there. As a pass inside, it's a ground ball picked up by the Bears. And seeing some good defense by the Spartans on this Lenoir Rhyne possession. And in particular, J.C. Sterrett. Some close pressure. And there's a shot. Oh, may have hit the crossbar. Taken by Rachel Elmore. And the Spartans, sigh of relief as they outlet it. Our goaltender over to the near side. Watch out, Emily Stevenson gave it. Charging up is Scadillo. And she's got 3 players to beat. And now finds some help in the form of J.C. Sterrett. Sterrett over to Mallory Wines. Across the Lenoir Rhyne line. In the corner to Caraway. Sends it back behind the net to Gladden. Maggie Gladden. And now Wines to Lauren Mcneil, to Shannon Sweeney. Back behind the net to Caraway. She sends it to Claire Swanson. It almost looked for a minute like maybe she was looking at the far end of the field at the scoreboard as it ticks down to now 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second half. 11-7, UT in the lead. Interesting second half of play. And Mcneil working awfully hard down low. Lauren Mcneil carries on. I think she was waiting for a whistle, didn't get one. And UT still with the ball. Caraway tries to pop out in front. Can't get around the defender, sends it up top to Mallory Wines. 10 on the shot clock. And now looking to get one off, and they score! And watching the official through all this, as Rachel Crawford is going to get credited with the goal with 3:47 left here in the second half. What a huge goal by Rachel Crawford, her second of the game. And another opportunity for UT to exhale as the lead goes to 12-7. Waiting for the official to get set for this draw. We'll take this opportunity to tell you about the DoubleTree by Hilton Tampa Airport West Shore. Book a beautiful room or suite. The newly renovated Tampa DoubleTree Hotel on Cypress, just minutes from UT. And Alexis Cadillo starts this one in for UT. There were a combined total of 6 goals in the first half. And in the first 26 and a half minutes of this half, much more than 6. How about 13 by the two teams combined? As the Spartans now And behind the Bears net, here's Claire Swanson on the near side. Up top to Caraway. Graham Eber. And now they send it back behind the Bears net. Maggie Gladden pass to Lauren Mcneil. Caraway with it. Caraway back to Mcneil. Mcneil on the run. Mcneil bumped from behind. And leaves a pass for Eber. Back to Mcneil once again. Mcneil on the move. And a whistle stops play with 2:53 to go. And this will be Lauren Mcneil. And she has 2 goals in this game already. And it looks like she's raring to go on this free position attempt. Mcneil, and that one's going to trickle through to the goaltender Fluick, who now outlets to her right. And the Bears need to hurry up here if they're going to stand a chance of any kind of a late comeback. As you saw Natalie Caraway go down for UT. And this is Frances Williams putting it in play for the Bears. A pass over to Kaylee Harris. Harris on the run, being chased by Caraway. Push it to the far side. And that's JC Sterrett chasing defensively down there for UT. And they're able to shut down Rachel Elmore, who was looking to go. Kathleen Gaffney with it. Gaffney to Harris, and now in front, Sousa scores again. No. I thought I saw it trickle through. Guess I'm so used to calling all these goals by Gabby Sousa that it's a knee-jerk reaction. In the meantime, play going back down the other way. And Graham Eber shoots that one wide and out of play. As we're down to just 1:45 here in the second half. Maggie Gladden with it for the Spartans. Mallory Wines. And that's Shannon Sweeney on the far side of the field. A pass in behind the net. No, broken up by Fluick. Heads up play by the goaltender. And sending it over to Emily Kessler and the Spartans. They both wrestle for it and a stoppage as it'll be Lenoir Rhyne ball. Legacy Production Group is Tampa's premier nightlife marketing company, providing weekly parties and special events. Legacy Production Group is not limited to the nightlife. They have also planned charity and corporate events for many organizations. Legacy Production Group is operated by proud UT alumni. The Bears attempt a restart. That was Emily Kessler. The official right there on the spot whistles it down. And now they restart. And another whistle there. Stopping play with 69 seconds left. And it looks like Natalie Caraway might go off the field for the second call of the game against her. Indeed, 2 minutes up on the scoreboard against Natalie Caraway. Well, let's see if Lenoir Rhyne can do anything with the power play. This time around, they've given up 2 shorthanded goals to the Spartans. Although even if they can, maybe too little too late, as it's a 5-goal Tampa lead. Just 1 minute left now. It's Rachel Elmore. And now they pass it into the near corner to Kathleen Gaffney in front. And that one's knocked down and goes out of play. Possession remains with the Bears. And now quickly bouncing out in front. There's a pass on the goal crease. And they're not able to get a shot off. And it's sent right out in front. And that one goes out of play in behind the net. And the clock stops with 30 seconds remaining. And this will be Michelle Tang. free position attempt. Zhang takes a shot, and Sutter makes the save, a rebound, and it rolls back to Sutter. And just 22 seconds now as Sutter hands it off to Emily Stevenson, and she'll give it right back to her goaltender. 16 seconds. Sutter looks to her right, sends a far pass over that connects, and they move it back in the middle to Scadillo. Scadillo needs to just run this one out as time is going to wind down. 3 seconds, 2, 1. And the horn goes to end the game as the Spartans
And ladies and gentlemen, with a final score of 12-7,
Lenoir
Tampa
Rhyne
wins
Bears
the game.
12-7.
On behalf of both the University of
UT
Tampa and
extends their
Lenoir Rhyne
winning
University,
streak
thank
to
you for
5
coming to today's
games.
game. The
And
Spartans
more
will be
importantly,
back on
pushes their
Friday
overall
when they
record
welcome the
to
Bearcats of
6-2,
McNeil University
where
right
Lenoir
here at
Rhyne
the Multi
falls
Family
to
Stadium at
5.
7:30 p.m.
The big story in this game, 5 goals apiece for UT's Caroline Forster and for Lenoir Rhyne's Gabby Sousa. The only other player that got into the goal column for the visitors was Rachel Elmore, and she and Gabby Sousa are how the 7 goals came to be. Meanwhile, for UT, plenty of scoring up and down the roster. Besides Caroline Forrester's 5, they got 2 from Lauren Mcneil, and then single tallies from Megan Sengelman, Claire Swanson, Allie Poplar, Rachel Crawford, and Amanda Rom. The Spartans will remain home, and it will next be in action on Friday night at 7:30 p.m. start against McHenry. And meanwhile, if you have been watching our broadcast from a Lenoir Rhyne perspective, thank you very much. Your team's next game comes Friday as well, a 5:30 start over on the other coast of Florida in Melbourne against Florida Tech. But for tonight, the final score here, UT 12 and the Lenoir Rhyne Bears 7. I'm Bruce Wozniak. Thanks for watching. Spartans.tv as the number 7 ranked Tampa Spartans put their 6 who are 5-1, two teams that come in with similar looking records and extending to the path that got them there. We'll cover that in just a minute. The Spartans will be starting off going right to left in this first quarter. UT wearing white uniform tops with red on the bottom. And meanwhile, for Belmont Abbey, their school colors are red and white. They're actually wearing black on the top tonight with white on the bottom. They will be going left to right in this first quarter. The starting goaltender for the visiting Belmont Abbey Crusaders is Harley Witham. He comes into this game with a goals against average of an impressive 6.87. And meanwhile, BJ Borowski getting the start in goal for the home team. Borowski, the freshman, with a 7.85 goals against average. And it's the Crusaders with the game's opening possession. As they look to get set up here down in the Tampa end of the field. And they start it back up